Got to jump right into this. A lot of things going fast this morning. It's a second date update that we want to try and help out with. Jesse's in Costa Mesa. Jesse, thank you for coming on. We want to try and get into this real fast here. As I understand it, you met her on Hinge, right?
That's right.
Okay. Then what happened? You went out eventually?
I think we chatted for a while. I asked her out. But when I did, she was like, I thought you'd never ask. So that was good.
Feels good. That's a little release, right? That feels good. I like it.
Definitely. And I'm a pretty good cook, so I'd never actually done this before, but I asked her if I could make her dinner at my place.
Wow.
And
cute.
She agreed. And I, honestly, to me, it was like really the best first date I've ever had.
Can I ask you some important questions here?
Sure.
Is the key to being able to focus on a date while making the meal the prep? Like, do you prep things so much and then just have to heat a little bit? Because I always feel like I can't focus.
You're so right.
I don't know. I kind of like having something to do with my hands, and also like you're dealing with, food and stuff. It's kind of like sensual, for lack of a better word.
No, it can be very sensual, but I'm saying like I can't be at the chop stage of a vegetable.
No. And
get it to the finished stage in the real time while I'm trying to focus on conversation on a date. But we're aligned, Tanya. Jesse, back to you.
You will put a pin in that and discuss it later.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
In this.
Yeah.
So you ate, you drank, you had a good time. How did that first date that you cooked for her end?
So I walked her to her car, and that was pretty much it. I thought it was like a perfect first date. But when I texted a few days later is when things just it felt really weird. And I even asked her out for a second date. It seemed natural to me, but she was like, no, thank you.
Okay.
Like, no, thank you.
And that's it. So just to fast forward, you went out, you had a great time, you asked her out again, she said no, thank you. So you don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. That's why we're here. I mean, that's what we're going to try and find out.
Yikes.
So that's like, I mean, yeah, exactly. No thank you is emphatically like not a middle finger, but it's not.
Yeah, like
right?
It's kind of like it's giving.
It's no, thank you. It's not. It's a little hard. It borders harsh for me. Let's come back and find out. Her name is Cassandra. We'll find out why she said no, thank you after that. What sounds like the most romantic date ever. Second date update. Jesse meets Cassandra on Hinge, and they end up having a date. Now he invites her over to his place. He makes her dinner. He says it's amazing. They had wine. They ate. He cooked. Everything went perfectly. Jesse, remind me, at the end of the date, did she say anything that stands out? Did you kiss?
We definitely kissed. I mean, it wasn't like a crazy makeout session, but we had a nice, like, little kiss.
And after that, you asked her out again, and she said, no, thank you. I mean, that is very rigid.
It's literally like, rigid. You don't have a chance, not a shot in the dark with me. But I'm going to be polite about it.
It was pretty definitive.
It's not polite to me, though. Actually, it's not.
The thank you is like...
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you is almost... I know it reads polite. It's rude. Anyway, that's not for us to determine right now. Jesse, we're going to get her on the line. She's agreed to come on. I don't want her to hang up before we talk to her. Be quiet. Be very quiet. She doesn't know you're here, okay?
Okay.
Cassandra, thank you for holding on. It's Ryan Seacrest. Tanya, you're on the air here at Kiss FM, as they told you in the call screen room. We're calling you about a guy named Jesse that you met on Hinge.
Oh.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
So tell me why did you went out with him?
We had a date. I went to his place. We had dinner. He made dinner. So yeah, I went out with him.
Okay. And how did it go?
The dinner was great. Like, he's a really, really great cook, and had a nice time. But yeah, I just wasn't a good fit.
And why was it not a good fit?
I don't want this to like come off like I'm, saying anything bad about him because he's a great guy. But like, he was, when he was cutting the food, like for, meal prep or, preparing it, he, like barely nicked his finger and like kind of lost his mind. Like went full.
I mean, he overreacted to a boo-boo?
Yes, massively overreacted. And it was like, it didn't even look like it barely broke the skin.
First of all, that can be painful if you're cutting an onion and the sting.
Also, the guy's making dinner for you and he nicked himself. Let him have a little reaction. This is the reason that you don't want to go out with him?
It wasn't a little reaction. Like, I thought he was going to cry.
And just because of that, you're uninterested, we understand?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really fit what I'm looking for. If he is reacting that way to a little cut, it's like, I don't know. I think that was kind of red flag for me.
Right, like if he can't handle a cut, how's he going to be in the delivery room while you're having a baby?
Right.
Well, I think you're jumping way ahead here in the novel.
Well, maybe, but I mean, I'm not dating, to kill time. Like, I'm looking for my
other than the temper tantrum from his Nick when he was prepping celery and onions for your sofrite. Was there any other problem?
No, but that kind of just put kind of a cloud over the whole experience.
I think it's sofrito is what I'm talking about. Anyway, I have Jesse on sofrito. I think Jesse is on the phone here. Jesse is listening to this. Jesse, did you throw a little fit?
I can't believe this because I honestly thought that was part of like our like cute first date story. Like, remember when I cut my finger on our first date? It was such like a, kind of funny thing to happen. I thought that was good.
Jesse, it was not funny. You freaked out.
But then why did you act like the date was fine after he freaked out? Because it seemed like it ended with a kiss.
Because I was hoping that, I would have changed my mind, but then I slept on it, and I still feel the same way. I don't know, it's just a big turnoff for me.
Yeah, like crybaby vibes.
Is it not overreactive, Tanya?
Look, to each their own. Like, I didn't go out with someone because he drank out of a straw, so it's like I can't flag her for this.
Well, Jesse, things are not looking good here. Cassandra's made up her mind.
Good.
I think you are a good dater. I like that you made the meal. She's kind of let the ship sail on this, and we wish you the best of luck, both of you. Thank you for reaching out, and good luck to you. Yeah. All right. Who you didn't like a guy? What was the issue with the straw?
He was like drinking a fruity drink out of a giant straw.
I do that.
I don't think I could have dated you.
Well, that's great news. Check that box. What about smoothies? You don't drink a smoothie out of if you go to one of those smoothie
is different.
places?
It was something about.
What about an orange juice? A freshly squeezed orange juice?
Not at dinner.
What about a beet juice?
Not at dinner. At dinner. There was something about the restaurant we were at, and he ordered this drink with the little umbrella in it and sucked it down through a straw, and I was just not for me.
That equally as unqualified to move on as Cassandra moving on from this boo-boo fit.
Well, guess what? It worked out for me.
Bragger.
It's going to work out for her, too.
All right, let's
and
second
him, too.
date update.